I went out with a few friends just to catch up, and because I'd been gone for a week or two. And we did that. We went out, and about 12:20 we decided to call it an evening. I was walking home on North Avenue, and with the girl I was out with that night, to my car, and I hear a commotion in the middle of the street. And I turned and I looked, and a woman was walking holding her throat, and there was just blood everywhere. Then I saw a guy behind her with a knife, probably a 3 or 4 inch blade. And at that point I realized that this is a real situation. And she looks at me and says, "He cut my throat, he cut my throat." And is basically stumbling around, holding her neck. And this guy's following her with this knife with a really glazed look in her face. It's probably the only way I can explain it. I went up to him and I basically said, take it easy, put the knife down, he proved your point, no big deal, let's get this thing done, trying to calm him down. And he just kind of looked at me with that look, like he processed that I was there, but didn't process that I was there. A man with the knife ends up backing the girl up against the car and kind of goes to stab her again. And at that point, a lot of it's fuzzy. When the adrenaline pumps, the details get kind of fuzzy. But I basically grabbed his knife hand at that point and stopped it and threw my arm around his neck and put my body weight and dropped down on top of him. And I remember thinking, there are a number of thoughts that go through your head leading up to this point and then during it. I remember thinking, I can't watch this thing happen and live with myself. Ended up dropping on top of him, thankfully got him all the way down, and this other gentleman that I had seen on the motorcycle then a second or two later jumps on top and helps me immobilize him. He's still fighting on the ground, put my knee on his knife hand to immobilize it, and basically I weigh about 170 pounds, and I think that day I weighed about 350 because I was not going to let him up. Couldn't have been a few seconds later, the police ended up showing up and took care of the situation. But it was an extremely gory scene. I've never seen that much, blood in my life, and I hope to never see it again, of course. And but it was a pretty crazy evening. I found out later. At the point I took the guy down, she ended up getting in a car, and some ladies drove her to a hospital. She got 70 stitches in her neck. I talked to the police supervisor. He didn't actually come to the scene. He went to the hospital to see her and said that all night it was touch and go. But she ended up making it and got a lot of stitches out of it, but is alive, so I'm thankful. Humanity just needs to look out for each other. I mean, violence against women is everywhere. I mean, violence against men too, but violence against women is a big issue. And I saw that to an extreme level. And I think if we can prevent things from happening earlier, maybe this guy had shown signs earlier that this kind of a thing could be the case, we can prevent it from going to this extreme level.